at the fairgrounds here in Leavenworth County and just down the road from Tonganoxie High School, the site of the start of spring sports broadcast season, Denny, as we welcome you to Chieftain softball, a doubleheader between the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains and the Maranatha Christian Academy Eagles. As always, presented by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. A fairly brief S&S Body pregame show. Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan here out in center field, up on the berm. Well, right center field, I guess is where we're at. Yep. Out on the berm here. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here at the Leavenworth County Fairgrounds, and we're about ready to get this one started here. It feels like it's been forever ago since you and I have been last here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, Denny. But again, we got the first of 6 official spring sports broadcasts coming your way. More on those coming up a little bit later. As always, playoff broadcasts come around in May. We'll handle those as they come. But, you know, we got a chance to watch Chieftain softball last year. It was that rain game that had to be moved over to Kansas City, Kansas. Yes. But, you know, Lady Chieftain squad, 18 wins last year. They lost in the sub-state matchup against a very tough, very competitive Rock Creek team, and they returned 7 seniors this year. This looks like a team that is primed and poised to make some noise in Class 4A.
Boy, you would think so. With 7 returning seniors, they should be really ready to make their mark this year. Like you said, Parker, beautiful day here. 75 degrees the first pitch. There's a 12-mile-an-hour breeze blowing out of the northwest. Should not be a problem for these ladies. So looking forward. It's so nice. Let's play 2.
Yeah, let's play 2. We got a doubleheader, one coming up right now, the other approximately probably going to be around that maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock window. We'll just have to wait and see, because definitely with this game, with the competition you're facing at Maranatha Academy, they last played 2 games last week, and they lost both of those 15-0. Meanwhile, for the Chieftains, they opened up their season here at home against the Kansas City Turner Golden Bears, and it was a pair of 15-0 wins for the Lady Chieftains. So if history, recent history, despite the small sample size would tell you anything, could have a couple of spread wins here today. Short days at the ballpark, but we'll wait and see as we're about ready to send it down to the field again. As you've been watching the S&S Body pregame show. S&S Body Shop has been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Denny, I know you got the starting lineups over here. Do we at least want to run through them very briefly,
let's do it.
Real quickly for the Lady Chieftains?
For the Lady Chieftains, leading off is going to be Emerson Maslak playing shortstop. Putoff's going to be in the 2-hole, and she's catching. Farrah Halse is going to be the second baseman. Weehee is going to play third base. Prickett is going to pitch. Garcia is going to be at first base. Crane is going to be in left field. Carlton in right field, and Platt in center.
And just like that, the first pitch is on the way, and it is in for a called strike 1.
It's like we was talking before the broadcast, partner. I saw Coach Aubrey Bratton-Volkins from Johnson County Community College.
Yes.
She's out here scouting some of these Chieftains.
Yeah, I thought that was very cool. Something that obviously you and I, we could see a lot of Bratton-Volkins over at Johnson County Community College, and taking in the action here today. Great coach. 15 years at the helm of the home of the Cavaliers over in Overland Park. Next pitch, a little high, swung on. That's fouled back into the net. Well, not the netting, the cage, I guess we should say. Again, it has been a while since you and I have been out here at the fairgrounds. We caught one baseball game here last year and had the softball game over in Kansas City, Kansas. It's kind of like we're going back to our roots here. This is how you and I made our debut here on Live Air. It was during spring sports season out here at the Tonganoxie Fairgrounds doing baseball and softball. And a few years later, I mean, we got a generator, we got our cars out here, we got the big table. Got a pretty decent setup out here. A couple of different camera angles we're going to be able to highlight to you guys as the action goes along this afternoon. Should be a lot of fun. Still dealing with the leadoff batter, looking to put them away.
Got the leadoff hitter, Dodd.
And Dodd takes a big rip and can't connect on that pitch.
She's the first baseman for the Eagles.
Prickett for the Lady Chieftains. This one going to come back up the middle, and that's going to find a nice roller back up into center field. So just like that for the Eagles, 1 out in the inning, and they're going to go ahead and get the 2-hole hitter on and aboard. They're going to say that's Thornton with the hit. You got to be watching along on the Game Changer app. That might be one way you're watching this live stream at Coach Casey Loomis doing that. That's how we're accessing our lineups out here. So it's just a touch behind. This is Abbott that's going to step in next.
I missed something here, but Dodd made it out, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
How'd you make it?
And the first pitch called strike. That I would not be able to tell you right now. We can track back in the Game Changer app.
Not a problem.
I'll tell that a little bit later.
Thornton singled. She's at first base. Abbott is now, she's a shortstop. Boy, that looked like a good pitch from here.
One gone, just the beginning of the first inning, top of the first. Thornton on at first with the one-out knock. Prickett now dealing with Abbott, batting third in the lineup. Here's Prickett's next pitch. Swung on and missed.
Good pitch.
That'll be the interesting, knowing just what I know about Johnson County Community College. They were in desperate need of some pitching, so could Bratton Vulcans be here perhaps to look at Prickett or maybe a handful of other Chieftain players. This one's found away.
Yeah, I noticed she set up the jugs gun, so she's going to track some velocity on pitching. And it would also pick up the exit velo on the bat.
That's true. Pretty amazing how far technology has come, and especially in the sport. 2-strike pitch on the way, and back-to-back, they're going to be fouled away over the cage and out of fair play. Someone's going to have to go run those balls down.
I've been around a long time, and boy, things have really changed.
Thornton still hanging out at first base on the one-out single.
Doesn't appear to be a threat to run.
Next deal from Prickett. 3 straight fouled away. Good battle here. This is Abbott. It's up to plate right now.
Spoiling some good pitches from Prickett
so far. Got in the outfield for Tonganoxie, Crane, Platt, and Carlton from third to first. Weehee, Maslak, Halsa, and Garcia put off the backstop, and Prickett as the pitcher. Yeah, the Lady Chieftain team returning 7 seniors, 7 starters from a season ago. Coming off an 18-win season in Class 4A last year. Looking to be one of the contenders this year. Here's the next pitch. Of course, when you think of Class 4A softball, it's hard not to think about the defending champion, undefeated champion. McPherson Bullpups. You always got Wamego in there. That's always got a good class. Topeka Hayden's going to have a good team this year. And in the Frontier League, Eudora just continues to be a 4A juggernaut.
They just reload.
And Prickett gets it on the outside part of the plate.
Got the backwards K. Yeah, that's something new this year.
How about that?
Got a lefty up in Rolfe. She is the second baseman. You don't see she must throw right and bat left, because you don't see any left-handed second baseman. She must be either that or she's a switch hitter.
Just something I think you're starting to see definitely more and more of in the sport. Something that our parents, as their kids, are starting to play. Something that if you could teach them to do that, it's just another tool in the toolbox. It never hurts to have the versatility and the different powers and everything like that.
I think most switch hitters are just ambidextrous, because it's not easy to turn around at the plate.
Well, excuse me, swing there. That'll be for strike 2. I mean, it's similar along the same lines of like learning how to write with both of your hands. I mean, you're dominant on one side. Trying to learn to do something on the other side, it's not as easy as it sounds. Got her on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the top half of the first. That one-out single does not come around. Doesn't even get into scoring position. Good start for Prickett and the Chieftains. We'll see Tongi up to the plate for the first time when we return on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Back here ready for the bottom of the first chance for the Chieftains to get going. The player spotlight today presented by Brothers Market. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Again, with those 7 seniors that are coming back, there's a running through the lineup again. I wish it would pull the lineup up on my phone, but I get the game stream. But you think to some of those players last year, you got to think of the Carlton sisters, Lila and Kalia. The Bulldog sister. You got Emerson Maslak, right there at shortstop. She's going to be big, and she can get it going with the bat. Farrah Hulsa, who's been a tremendous softball player, some league honorable mentions and all-state selections as well. It's going to be very key. Watch them get going today. It'll be
Emerson's leading us off.
Yeah.
She's playing shortstop today, and congratulations to her for placing at the regionals. It looks like she may have been hit by the pitch.
She was hit by the pitch, so she's going to go ahead and get the free pass up to first base. Had to pay some price for it, but yeah, right on cue. Mentioned placing at the state tournament, winning in the regional tournament as well, being one of the top placers there. Her first year wrestling ever, senior year.
Simply amazing, let me tell you.
The pitcher put off, and Maslak scampering around is going to go ahead and advance up an extra base. She goes to second.
Stolen base.
This is kind of what we had expected a little bit coming into this matchup, that Maranatha, or just the level of talent, as this one's going to be another pitch that gets behind the catcher. Maslak, all of a sudden, 2 pitches later from first to third after being hit by pitch.
Pass ball. I think that should have been caught. So Maslak at third, able to score without a hit.
It's the pitcher put off that's batting right now. She could do herself a favor if she can get a hit, or maybe just let the chips fall where they may with Thornton, because right now she's had a hard time trying to get a command on the zone. 3-0, and that's 4-0, and that's over the head of the catcher. Maslak will dash in to score.
On a wild pitch.
2 batters in, and Tonganoxie already has the lead here in game 1. That didn't take long.
Nope. Thornton for Maranatha is struggling.
Oh, and it's Skelton, the catcher, just couldn't quite handle it. Not the best of pitch from Thornton. It was still in her mitt, and now moving up to second is going to be put off. This is at the plate. Farrah Hulsa. Dangerous power. Got to be careful with her as that one skips in. 2 balls, no strikes. Or 1 ball, 1 strike, rather.
Yeah, Farrah didn't play basketball this year. Oh, she turned on that.
That one will go foul up the third base line.
Well struck.
Yeah, for a team, for Coach Eckert continues to make great strides with the girls basketball program here, appearing in the sub-state championship. Coming up just short on the road, nearly qualifying for the state tournament for the first time in over a decade. We don't, the team last year, you had no seniors, I guess 2 seasons ago. As Hulsa pulls on one again, and another one that'll go foul at the third base line. You still, you had Shonick, you had Baldock, you had Schooler, you had Farrah Hulsa, you had Emerson Maslak. All those pieces were returning. Maslak pursuing into wrestling. Hulsa, I believe, has her eyes set on wanting to play softball at the college level, as another pitch gets by Skelton. Put off will now advance up to third. Another one in near scoring position for Tonganoxie. Hulsa taking the winter sports season off, getting ready for this softball season. But make no mistake about it, whenever student sections are able to get together, as now the Chieftains will have them on the corners here. whenever student sections were getting together and watching along with the girls basketball team, Farrah Halsa, she was right there in the center of it, as was Emerson Maslach. They both continued to show up and show out.
Oh, yeah.
For the girls basketball teams and the programs. And
well, that must not have been ball 4.
That must not have been. Next pitch, and that's ball
now.
4.
As soon as I erase it. Should have just waited. That's going to bring up Weehee. She was an excellent player on the basketball team this year. Rebound.
Showed bunt, pulls away. Skelton can't handle it again, and another will come in to score for Tonganoxie. That's put off from third. Going to second is Farrah Halsa. It's 2-0 Tonganoxie. Again, this has just been a nightmare start for Thornton. Skelton, the catcher. I think that one's, you got to be able to catch that one in and get it away from you.
You got to block them if you can't catch them.
Exactly. And this had the makings written all over it of a game that, for 2 games and a doubleheader, potentially that might end a little early. It's another one that's just high and upstairs, and going to third now is Farrah Halsa. I'll give Coach Casey Loomis, still in her first few years here at this Tonganoxie softball program, I'll give her a lot of credit as far as you can call it strategic scheduling of these first couple of games, first couple of opponents, I guess what you could call it. It's not like a spring training regimen necessary, but it's like knocking the rust off kind of games. You got a Turner last week, Maranatha here this week. So now Weehee will move up to first base. Next batter coming up. Runner still on the corners here for the Chieftains. Another first pitch ball. Everybody's going, and now Halsa comes in to score.
Chieftains have scored 3 runs, and they don't even have a hit yet. Weehee into second base on that wild pitch.
Yes.
This is Prickett coming up. She can help herself with a base hit here.
One's going to be foul tip.
Triggering her a little bit early. Thornton doesn't have a lot of velocity on her fastball. They get her timed up, it could be a long afternoon.
Aubrey Prickett, one of the 7 already aforementioned seniors we've talked about on this softball squad. The next pitch from Thornton, here it comes. That's on the plate for a called strike.
Surprised she took that.
Lady Chieftains led this year. Head coach Casey Loomis, assistant coaches Kayla Delich and Alicia Hendren. Of course, athletic trainer Mark Padfield, as always. Hall of Fame athletic trainer Mark Padfield. It's always one of my favorite things about winter sports season is the way they would always give him some new moniker or nickname. Put him in the spotlight. He's a guy that doesn't like the spotlight. He likes to just go out and do his job, as that's a walk. Runners at first and second, still nobody out here in the bottom of the first for Tongi. And yet it was always something for, of course, John Tollefson and knowing Padfield for such a long time. Always had something new to say about him on the mic. And even it got to the point where even the programs you would get at the front doors would have something special to say about in the programs that people were getting. And I think it's just become like the official inside joke. The inside game.
He is one of the best ever.
He is, for sure. 2 board here for the Chieftains. Garcia at the plate. No one's going to advance, so staying put at second is Weehee. Prickett now over at first. So Laura Garcia, one of 2 freshmen that's on the varsity roster this year. The other being Ariah Jeffrey. Imagine at this rate, if this game keeps going at the rate it is, if Jeffrey's not already in the lineup. I didn't see her in the lineup to start, but we could see her a little bit later. It's another one that skips in, threatening to load the bases here. It's the pitcher, Thornton. Hasn't been a good start for her so far. Already a 3-0 lead for the Chieftains. Haven't even had a hit in this game yet. Next pitch. Rainbow having a duck down. Everybody will go. I think that was ball 4 anyways. It was on a 3-1 pitch and nearly hitting Garcia in the dome. She had to duck out of the way. easier said than done to say you got the helmet on. These have been kind of meatballs that have been served from the pitcher Thornton anyway, so why not go ahead and just take one there? But it's a 3-ball count. Just protect the noggin. Now the base is loaded. Here comes Charlie Crane, getting towards that bottom of the order already for Tonganoxie.
5 walks and a hit by pitch so far.
To bring in the 7-hole hitter, Charlie Crane.
Yep. This is the 7th batter in the inning.
Takes a good cut.
Nice
but a
catch.
line drive right back at the first baseman, and that's going to be a very just tough, unfortunate double play. It came right back to Dodd, the first baseman for Maranatha, and she turned right around, went to the bag, and put the tag. I mean, she put the force and the tag on Garcia. Either way, 2 still in scoring position, but now 2 gone in the inning for Tonganoxie. And that is just one of the more, feels like damning things about baseball and softball is that you can hit a ball on the screws and you can just hit it right at somebody and still takes a hit away. As another pass ball and coming in to score, that's going to be Weehee Prickett now moves up to third, or are they going to say, was she hit by a pitch first and everyone's going to go back? That appears to be what will be the case. So bases loaded once again for Tongi. Here's Carson Platt. Takes the first pitch in for a called strike. It's Lila Carlton that was up at the plate that last time. She's now over at first base. Swung on. That's going to be fouled right back on top of the plate. Everyone will go back. At this rate, Chieftains going to look to go ahead and wrap this game up by the 5th inning. 3 already plated here in the bottom of the first, only 2 out on that last line drive double play. The unassisted 3 double play. Wind's starting to pick up here. If you've been a long-term fan and listener, follower at least, here on Tongi Sports Live, this is bobbled by the shortstop, trying to make the play over at third, and everybody's going to be safe. Oh, she is going to be out. Okay. So that call was coming in a little bit later than I initially thought, but the Chieftains do get 3. The way the inning comes to an end, perhaps frustrating, but still a 3-0 lead. On to the second we go here on Tongi Sports Live.
4.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals.
There are places where all roads lead to family.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Chieftains Athletics this afternoon presented by Crookham Construction, performing a wide variety of concrete and special project services throughout the area. They're hardworking people with small town family values. Find more information at crookhamconstruction.com. 3 in the bottom of the first for Tonganoxie, a 3-0 lead as they open the book on inning number 2. Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan here.
Yeah, we got Herder, Owens, and Weiss due up this inning.
Swing and a miss there by Herder, still facing against Audrey Prickett. Still in the circle for Tonganoxie. Got the start, and obviously no signs of wanting to pull her out yet. Aubrey's been in a good groove so far. Just that one hit given up with 1 out back in the first, and she followed it up with back-to-back strikeouts. Now this little flare, that's going to get down foul. No one going to be able to track that one down. They had Garcia and Carlton both running after it. Lila Carlton right here front of our setup in right field. Oh, 2 count. Here's the next pitch. That's foul 2.
That was right on the chalk, partner.
A little bit. Saw that chalk get spat up there on the first base line.
Herder's way behind Prickett's fastball.
Got her looking. Make it 3 in a row for Aubrey Prickett.
All 3 looking, too. That'll bring up the right fielder, Owens.
She's been dealing that pitch, eating up that outer part of the zone's been getting the call, and these hitters just haven't been able to put anything on it.
She's looked pretty good on the mound so far.
If memory serves me right, I believe she also had to start in that game against Baldwin at Kansas City, Kansas Community College last year, too. Looked pretty impressive in that win. It was a good all-round win.
Oh, yeah.
That time around for Tonganoxie. A lot of offense, had some great defense, some dazzling plays, timely hitting.
It's a recipe
good
for
pitching,
success.
Relief pitching. That's usually a great recipe for success. And Tonganoxie started the season slow last year, but it definitely finished this. That's in for a called strike. Finished it on a high note. I mean, they went on a massive winning streak towards the end. I mean, upwards of winners of the last 8 of the last 9 or 9 of the last 10 games. And going into that sub-state matchup against Rock Creek, they had lost to the Mustangs.
Rock Creek always seems to have some good athletics.
Particularly in the spring. Usually their softball team's pretty salty. The baseball team, especially within the last, I'd say since COVID really, they've been kind of a perennial powerhouse as far as always usually being one of the top-ranked teams. It's always them and McPherson, I feel like, are usually the 2 teams in both baseball and softball. You can just kind of automatically pencil in there. I already mentioned Eudora for the softball side of things. Baseball side is looking pretty good for the Cardinals this year, too. But same could be said for the Chieftains, led by Merrick Davenport, among many others. Coach Mitch Loomis and his boys looking to get back to, that one's going to be foul tip. It's going to be a little bit to get out of my system because they changed it this year. Not Salina, but it'll be Lawrence, actually. A lot closer, a much more manageable drive for us Tonganoxie fans. That's where...
And they're going to play it at KU Field, isn't it?
That'll be the plan. It's kind of similar to the quarterfinals that we just saw with basketball season, where the quarterfinals are going to be played at a neutral site, as Prickett has another one fouled away here. Good battle between her and Owens. The quarterfinals, if you qualify, those will be held at a neutral site, and then semifinals and finals will then be all hosted at one state site. I'll be curious what the neutral site will be when that time comes in the state quarterfinals. Next pitch, making it 4 in a row. Backwards K's for Aubrey Prickett. She has been dealing here. 2 gone for the Eagles.
Bring up Weiss, the left fielder.
Prickett can strike out the side here in the top of the second. Here's our first pitch. Swung on and miss. And definitely, if Johnson County head coach Bratton Volkins, if she's here to watch Prickett, then she's been treated to a show so far.
Yep.
High swing and a miss, 0-2. Help in front on Weiss. Hasn't really shown much of a fight here in this at-bat. Prickett looking to strike out the side, make it 5 straight. It's on the way, and she gets it. That one on the swing and miss. No resistance from the 3 in the top of the second for Maranatha. We'll head to the bottom half. Aubrey Prickett, she's dealing.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again, why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back to the top of the order, Emerson Maslak's going to lead it off just like she did back in the first inning. 9 came to the plate for the Lady Chieftains. It's almost surprising only 3 came in to score. Initially thought it was 4, but...
Yeah, we left the bases juiced, but Maslak was hit by a pitch and scored in inning number 1.
Another pitch that's just high and way out of the zone. Emerson, she would like to earn the chance here to get on with... an official knock, but quite frankly for Thornton, the pitcher for Maranatha, just hasn't been able to deliver anything to really try to hit. Tries to bunt at that, but he just gets a piece where they called strike. 1-1 to Maslak. Now Hard getting this one back into the pitcher, tracked down by Rolf, the second baseman. Yeah, for Maranatha and Maranatha Christian Academy, you rarely, when you hear that, do you immediately think of softball or even any of the other sports, as that'll be pulled foul by Emerson. Really, when you think about Maranatha Christian Academy, I think what most people are going to think about is soccer.
Yeah.
Particularly their boys soccer team, and having some good history. We go back to the late 2010s, even the mid-2010s. Tonganoxie soccer and Maranatha soccer on the boys' side, they had some good matchups. Going to call this a fair ball, and Maslak's going to sprint it up the line to first. I didn't know if they were going to go foul there again or not. They call it fair, and Maslak.
On with a hit. So the leadoff runner is on again for the Chieftains.
That's it. But on the ground, little roller on the third base line, and that'll be another
infield knock. She just has to put it in her
knock.
pocket. Yeah. Maslak up to second on the bunt. Putoff did a nice job.
Yes, she did. Now there's 2 aboard here for Tonganoxie.
That brings up Farah Halsa. She was walked and scored on a wild pitch in the first inning.
It's still crazy to think in the first inning the Chieftains only got 3. You do remember the kind of unfortunate, if you will, the line drive that was right at the first baseman, Dodd, when the bases were loaded. She was able to catch it and immediately go to the bag. It was a 3 unassisted double play. Chieftains had another run that came in. They said that the batter, Lila Carlton, was hit by a pitch, so Kaylin Weehee, the runner at third, had to go back.
Yeah, she couldn't advance.
Couldn't advance, so everyone had to go back. So that's why some initial confusion is why that, was it 3, was it 4? It was only 3 when you had 9 batters come to the dish. Go to third, everyone's going to be safe. And again, the bases are going to be loaded as you head into the cleanup spot of this order. All set first, put off at second. Maslak going to go to third. Kaylin Weehee a chance to, she can get a hold of one potentially.
She walked and was stranded at third in the bottom of the first.
Now steps aside of that one and hit her.
Hit her. She's going to have to go back if she was hit by a pitch.
Well, the bases were loaded.
Oh, bases were loaded.
So nowhere to
put her.
For him to go. It's 4-0. This has been one of the more unorthodox, unusual starts to a softball game that we've seen in a while. The other pitch bounces in here for Thornton. So now Putoff moves to third. Halsa moves up to second. Weehee at first on the last hit by pitch. Also gets the RBI on that last hit by pitch. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
You get the RBI?
Walker a hit by pitch. That'll get you an RBI.
Another one that's tucked in high and upstairs to Prickett.
Prickett walked and was stranded at second in the bottom of the first.
Not going to get the strike call there. Again, I believe folks that are watching along probably thinking about the spread rule. If memory serves me right, been calling so many collegiate level softball games as that's going to be another ball taken outside. It's 5-0 Tonganoxie. I know at the college level they make you play at least 5 innings, and it's 8 or more runs after 5. I do believe in high school it's 15 runs after 3, I believe. And another hit by pitch. And it's just kind of a glorified merry-go-round on the base paths right now for Tonganoxie. It is 6-0. That was Garcia that was hit by that last pitch. And now you got Skelton, the catcher, going to go talk to Thornton. You know, we saw this Maranatha squad when they were rolling in. I mean, everybody knows in this sport you need 9, and I think they only have 10 or 11 on the roster, so it's not really like you can go to the bench. If you can bring in somebody else, another pitcher, that actually might be what they're going to do. It looks like they might have Dodd move from first. They bring her into the dugout. Is she going to go get some facial protection on, or is she just going to go change the mitt? I think she's just going to change her mitt. She'll stay first, stay put over there first. Thornton still pitching. Almost getting tangled up in the wires was Denny.
Yeah.
Good save there, playing at the end. It's in for a called strike. This is Charlie Crane. That's back to the plate. Second inning, following a very similar pattern to what we saw back in the first inning for Tongi as they batted around, or just, I guess, came close to batting around. They had all 9 come to the plate.
Yeah, Charlie Crane was the one that lined into the double play.
Yeah. Chieftains already have 2 hits here in the bottom of the second. It looks like there is going to start to be some action in that visiting bullpen area for Maranatha. So they're going to try to get somebody else warmed up, a chance to come in to just stop the bleeding. Already a 6-run lead for the Chieftains. Thornton, that's already her 55th pitch. Through 1 inning. Doesn't have an out yet here in the second. Sun's starting to get tucked away behind some clouds. Wind rolling through as this one is pulled in. That's going to be a fair ball, and everybody's going to get a chance to run here for Tongi. And that's going to plate 2. And finally, Charlie Crane should make solid contact again and able to get some RBIs in there. It is 8-0 Chieftains.
Nice hit there by Crane.
Yeah, she finally got another pitch. You know, she was just waiting for one. Able to make the contact and let everybody get a chance to run and do the rest. That one's going to go out in the left. They're going to say foul, though, so coming back was Carlton that also made good contact there. Crane at second on the 2-run double. Garcia holding up at third base. Right here for their base coach. Usually that's where Casey Loomis is looming around, no pun intended, but I'm going to guess it looks like her from all the way out here in the berm in right center as this one again gets by the backstop. Coming in to score is Garcia, and it's now 9-0 Tonganoxie. Make it 10. You had Crane that also came in to score. No one was able to catch up to that. It ricocheted around on the backstop. Again, that backstop here at the fairgrounds, I mean, it's chain and it's wood, so that ball will ricochet and roll around just like it did right there. And an inning into this game so far, and it's already 10-0 Lady Chieftains as they can end this first game pretty early.
Was she hit by a pitch there?
I think it was just a walk. Might be hit by. I think it was hit by pitch.
Still nobody out in the inning.
This is Platt that's back up, and Carlton will go ahead and cruise their way on up to second base. You almost feel like that with every pitch that comes from Thornton, that if there's any base runners, whatever base runners are on for Tonganoxie, with the exception of the third, whoever's at third base, they might just automatically be running after every pitch. The way that this has gone, and
this is getting out of hand quickly.
Yeah, I think their coach from Maranatha, I think she's going to say enough is enough.
No mas.
Might have that pitching change again. Just an inning in for Thornton. 10 runs already given up.
That's if they have another pitcher. I don't even know if they do.
Well, usually what you'll see, they got one warming up in the bullpen area, or you'll see somebody in position will just come out and basically do a swap. That's kind of the flexibility you get with softball, and you get the designated player and the flex spots and everything. You kind of flip and move stuff around as this meeting in the circle will come to an end, and Thornton will stay out there. Already down 10-0 are the Eagles to Tonganoxie. Looking to move to 3-0 with a 10-run lead here in Game 1. Take Game 2 as well, go to 4-0. It's another hit by pitch, as that one will go to Platt. At least it hit the dirt before it hit her. First and second now for Tonganoxie. It's Carlton that's still over at second base. And in comes back to the top of the order, Emerson Maslak. Chieftains officially do bat it around here in the second. Maslak puts a bunt down, and everybody's going to be safe as Thornton tried to make the throw to third base. That'll work.
Yeah, bases are juiced.
Another chance for putoff. The potential early game inning run is on deck right now for the Chieftains. At least that's what, if memory serves me right, I do believe if you get 15 runs before 3 innings, I think they just call that the spread and call it done.
Well, putoff's 1 for 1 on the day.
Here comes the runner from third. It's Carlton. She slides in safe. Here comes another. That's Platt. She's in safely. First to third goes Maslak. It's 12-0.
It's like a merry-go-round.
That's what I was saying earlier. With just no end in sight for Maranatha. I'll give kudos to whoever's got to run the game changer scoreboard.
Oh, there's a stroke right there.
It just lands foul in the corner.
Oh, Farrah barreled that one.
Yes, she did. Weiss tried everything she could to catch up to it. If Farrah could have waited another split second, would have been a fair ball going all the way to the corner. Extra bases written all over it. Has that RBI over at third, and she puts it on the ground to third. A throw across the diamond, and it's over the head and over the glove of Barth. And Halsa, she'll go ahead and just track back to first base. Maslak comes down the line to score. Another ball scorched by Farrah Halsa, and it's lucky number 13 to come in and score for Tonganoxie.
Wow.
And still Thornton that's out there too. There's been a pitcher that's been warming up for Maranatha. It's been for the better part of pretty much this second inning, really, since the inning opened up is pretty much when they sent somebody out to warm up. Another pass ball, another wild pitch, whatever you want to call it is.
By the time I look down at my scorebook, the runners are advancing.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like this one's going to go past 3, partner.
No, I don't think it is. I'd be very surprised if it does. Next pitch to Farrah, and that's outside for ball 4. It's also now on the first. Kaylin Weehee takes another pitch that's way high and upstairs. It's pitch number 72 in the game for Thornton. And still looking for the first out here in the second. Another one gets away. Everyone's going to advance. This is slowly becoming a game where really it's no fun for anybody.
No. Is this Weehee at the bat?
This is Weehee at the bat.
Okay, well, we've got runners at second and third.
Also right now at second base. Putoff is now up to third. Ending run in scoring position, and now the bases are going to be loaded as Weehee gets on with a walk. Chieftains just continue to send batters to the plate. Probably a fight at the on-deck circle to get on, and Thornton mercifully will be pulled out of the game. Her afternoon is done. And going to be taken over, looks like number 1 from Maranatha. We'll get that name in as soon as they update it here on Game Changer. We'll step aside, a quick 30-second timeout. 13-0. Chieftains a big lead over the Maranatha Academy Eagles.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehouse.tonganoxie.org.
So here we come back to live. It's Dodd that will now be pitching for Maranatha. Her first pitch is a ball. And skips in. She takes over for Thornton. Next one, laned out, get a piece. That'll be fouled back. Bases loaded for the Chieftains. At third is Putoff. Second is Halsa. First is Weehee. You got Prickett at the plate once again. Still the starting pitcher for the Lady Chieftains. She's on a streak right now where she's had strikeouts and retired her last 5 straight batters via the strikeout. 4 looking, 1 swinging. Something don't see a whole lot of today. Is another ball that gets away. Eventually goes to second. There to control is Farrah Halsa. Guess good sportsmanship there. She could have just stepped aside and let that ball keep rolling, but. And another run is going to be walked in for the Chieftains. Everybody trade a base, and it's 14-0. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. And the knowledge of the spread is going to be put to the test because that 15th run hanging over at third base with the bases loaded, if they come in to score, then do they just go ahead and say this one's over, or are we going to have to play at least 3 innings?
I think you may have to play the top of the third. Yeah, it's after 3.
I've been trying to look. That'll get fouled away. Nobody's going to move, so bases still loaded. I've been trying to narrow down, look and find some kind of like Keisha rule book for run spread in high school softball.
Not online?
It's not like a really good place to go and look for it. There's different rules and variations across different states, I guess. It's like Kansas and Kentucky was the other Keisha that was pulled up. I didn't even think about Kentucky High School Athletics Association. I didn't think about that. Iowa, it's different. Nebraska is different. So I thought it was just kind of a universal thing, but according to Google, and Google could, as always, be wrong, as the 15th run is going to be walked in here. It's 15-0 Chieftains. But we'll wait and see. Nobody is coming out and saying game over, so you're at least, to your point, Denny, we are going to have to at least take it to the top of the third. The only question is will we ever get to the top of the third?
Well, there's not. I don't know if there's a time limit on these games or not.
This is Reichman that's out to the plate. And already for Coach Loomis having to resort to getting some pinch hitters in. And really, this has been all the runs have been coming in to score, sure, but as far as the hits for Tongi, we've what, 3 hits?
Yeah,
in this game. I mean, the rest have been walks,
and 2 of those
pitches.
2 of those were bunts.
A couple of errors in there too. Everybody will retreat back. Weehee at third, Prickett at second, Kalia Baldock on first base. This is Haley Reichman, the junior. One would probably feel pretty safe to say relation to sophomore Jack Reichman, who
I would imagine
called for good football and basketball season.
Yeah, he's a good 2-sport athlete.
Skies this one into center, and a catch that's not going to be made by Curtis. Tried to go underhand. Everyone had to wait and see if that was going to fall, so only one will score for Tongi. Coming in is Weehee. Everybody advances up, and Reichman, that did not hit the glove of the center fielder Curtis. That's just going to go as maybe a mental error, but you can't give it an official scores there. Didn't hit her glove, didn't hit any part of her. It's going to be a 1-run single. Follow that with another hit by pitch.
Holy moly.
How high can we go on the score count? We'll see. It's 17-0. That was Lila Carlton hit by the last pitch. Prickett now comes in to score. Baldock's on the corners. Kalia at third, Lila in first. In the middle of the 1-run single is Reichman. Now Carson Platt back to the plate. Or will this be another pinch hitter? It is, and there is the other freshman we were talking about, Aria Jeffrey. In the words of Bob Euchre, just a bit outside.
Yeah.
It was Thornton that was only able to go an inning for Maranatha. Dodd has come on and replaced. This is her 16th pitch. And I don't believe, has she thrown a strike yet?
I don't recall seeing. Oh, yeah, there was one fouled off.
Fouled off, okay.
The Tongi hitters are trying to. Well, there's an out.
Be a little flare. Barth will take that in foul ground, and tough luck for the freshman Jeffrey. She's the first out. First victim here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah.
Only took the Chieftains until about 15 or so batters in. Get the first out. You'll take that every time, no doubt.
And we're back to the top of the order for the 3rd time this inning.
Back with Emerson Meslak.
This is her 3rd at bat in this inning.
4th total in the game.
Yeah.
You've played between, obviously you did slow pitch softball when you were older, but you played baseball from growing up very much as soon as you could walk to all the way, as long as you could.
Yeah.
Was there ever any moment at any organized baseball / softball where you had 3 at-bats in 1 inning?
No. Not that I recall. I'm sure I did bat twice, but not 4 times.
3 times. Now, if we get to a 4th time for Maslak, that would just be – it's already absurd. If we get to a 4th, we're going to have to find a new word.
That's her at the plate now.
This is.
Isn't it? Yeah.
This is.
Yeah. So this will be her 4th at bat in this inning. I'm sorry. It's her 3rd at bat in this inning.
Yeah, 4th total in the game.
4th total.
Hit by pitch. In her first at bat, she's 2 for 2 alone in this inning, and she'll stay 2 for 2. Oh, gets on with a walk. It is 18-0 Tonganoxie.
And the bases are still juiced.
I forgot to get that out in on the scoreboard, so there's that. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Do we have another pinch hitter? Or is that Putoff?
This is O'Hare.
Okay.
Addison O'Hare, the sophomore. Where's number 2? Looking through this varsity lineup, and I think everybody has checked in. Aria Jeffrey didn't start. Addison O'Hare didn't start. Haley Reichman was the other. Yeah, we've seen those 3. So everybody's on the varsity roster has checked in.
Seen action. And that's hard to do in 3 innings.
2 innings.
Yeah.
An inning and a third if you're going to go by the official book as far as what's been put in and what's been scored officially. And we're out here live on the berm in right center field. Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan here with you. This is our first of 6 guaranteed spring sports broadcasts we're going to be doing this year. Another run going to be walked in. It's 19-0. We want to take a look real quick before folks start to sign off. Here's what we got coming up here. Softball's going to be back in action next week, and then we got girls soccer against Spring Hill on the 21st, baseball against KC Turner on the 24th, and then more girls soccer on April 30th. We'll wrap it up later on in the beginning of May, right before the end of the season. We'll have a baseball game for you, and it'll be Tonganoxie here at home hosting the Rock Creek Mustangs right before we go into Sub-State.
That could be a good one.
How terrific of a matchup is that going to be at that point in the season? One final litmus test for both teams who very well could find themselves back, barring staying out of the same Sub-State grouping. Those are two teams that can meet each other again at state.
I think calling that.
Yeah, well, I think the Chieftains just actually overran each other on the base pass to call the out. I think.
Okay.
That definitely was something, and it wraps up. It is 19-0 Tonganoxie. That was a very unique way. Wrap it up, I guess. We'll head to the top of the third. We'll see Aubrey Prickett back out in the circle. Have you heard of Genesis Schools? Teaching students in preschool through 5th grade in Tonganoxie, Genesis offers smaller class sizes, individualized instruction, and a Christian worldview. Their mission is to exalt Christ by teaching and reinforcing biblical truths while producing well-rounded, educated young people who are equipped to serve God and others. For enrollment and tuition information, call 913-845-9498 or online at genesisschools.org.
Oh, shoot!
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Up. So here we go, top of the third, 19-0. Yes, you see that right. You hear me right. 19-0 at the top of the third inning. It is still Prickett pitching. This is the catcher Skelton for Maranatha. She's at the plate right now. 5 straight batters have been retired via the strikeout by Prickett. She had 4 straight that were looking, and the final back in the top of the second was via the swing and miss. And if she could do it again here, strike out the side, make it 8 in a row, this game should be over. Potentially could be over. With a 19-run advantage for Tonganoxie. And there's the called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike to Skelton. The pitch. Make it 6 in a row. Wow.
She has 6 strikeouts and has only faced 8 batters.
She's had, outside of that, she had that 1-out single.
Yep.
Solid single.
Mm-hmm.
Came back up the middle, and then what was the other? A walk?
Let's see here. Nope. 2 Ks. The leadoff hitter didn't strike out, but she made it out. Must have been a pop-up or something. So.
Aha. That's what it was. We were just getting everything sorted and ready as about those tactics by put off, get everything even
out there
for her hurdler Prickett.
Yeah, taking care of Prickett there. Then a little landscaping for her.
Yeah. Just pounce on it, stomp on it. That'll do it. Called strike at the knees. Also remember from that Baldwin game last year, remember, because it was a turf field at Kansas City, Kansas. So you remember in the circle they had like the
carpet was coming
lane,
up.
for lack of better words, and that piece of turf, that piece of strip was coming up, and every time the pitchers would pitch, their back toes would drag on it, and they had to keep like putting it down, and then it would just come right back up the very next pitch, and
yeah, it was crazy.
Swing and a miss, low and away. 7 straight strikeouts for Aubrey Prickett.
Back to the top of the order.
Struck out 7 of the first 9 she faced. Just off the plate for ball 1.
I was going to say, that looked like a pretty good pitch. Must have been just a bit outside.
This is Barth that is at the plate. Just funny because in Game Changer, they have her as just 0 for 0 today. Oh, now they have it updated. Okay, this is Dodd, who's 0 for 1. I was getting ready to say. I don't know if she could have gone 0 for 0 in her very first at-bat and somehow get called for the out. I don't know. That would have been really hard to try to decipher. Next pitch. Nobody on here for the Eagles. There's 2 outs in the inning. Got her on strike 3.
Moses.
Just little resistance shown at the plate here so far for the Eagles. And Prickett has made her way through, has retired, and has struck out 8 in a row. Will we play a bottom of the 3rd? We'll see.
Let's just go ahead.
We'll see if we return here. 19-0 Tonganoxie.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Well, I guess you can call it, we're halfway through our doubleheader. Yeah. Officially done, so we welcome you in. It's the White Birch Property Realty Executives halfway show, halftime show, whatever you want to call it here in the spring sports season. White Birch Properties and their team is ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Final score, 19-0. Tonganoxie the win, and it was 16 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. We went through the order not once, not twice, but 3 times for Tonganoxie. And even then, 19 runs scored on only, 3 hits? 4 hits?
3 or 4 hits.
Yeah, that's what it was. I could tell you got a lost interest there at the end as far as the scoring.
Was 2 of the hits were bunts. So...
there was really only 1 that was actually hit out into the field, and that was 1 in the left field.
And 1 in center field should have been caught, but
that was a 1-run single for Ellie Reichman. She came in on a pinch hit opportunity. It was one of those mental errors, sure, but didn't hit the glove of the center fielder, didn't hit any part of the center fielder, so it goes as a single in the book, and a big 19-0 win. Just 2.5 innings, all we played in game number 1 between Tonganoxie and Maranatha Christian Academy. Game 2 between the Eagles and the Chieftains will be coming up here in just a little bit of time, and just trying to pull up the box. I was trying to get more in-depth with the box score, but looks like not going to have that option. So just 19-0. That's the score. Final here on Game Changer, and final here on Tonganoxie Sports Live for Game 1, at least. I imagine they'll take about 20 minutes or so before we get started in Game 2. I would, imagine probably don't need that long of a rest in between games.
No,
considering
they've only played, what, two and a half innings
so far. So this kind of just everyone gets a chance to go to the restroom. The next pitcher warming up for Tonganoxie, same can be said for Maranatha, and we should be getting going here with Game 2 fairly quickly. It is just now 5:30 here at the Leavenworth County Fairgrounds. We started this game a little after 4:30, so less than an hour time from first pitch to the last pitch. Aubrey Prickett, pretty safe to say, player of the game.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
There in Game 1, our County Road Brewing player of the game. County Road Brewing congratulates Aubrey on being named player of the game. Rooted in the community, brewed for the journey. See what's brewed today at County Road Brewing in Tonganoxie. 10 batters she faced. She struck out 8 of them and only gave up that 1 hit. That was back on a 1-out single she had back in the top of the first. And after that, it was 8 straight strikeouts. She ran the gauntlet all the way through, and again, very little resistance at the plate so far. And for these Tonganoxie hitters, they didn't really have much to kind of try to square up and hit. And there's a lot of wild pitches, pass balls that were way up high and way low outside of the strike zone. It was just kind of unhittable. That's exactly it. Just kind of go to the plate, watch the pitch come in, just let it go by, and they did the rest that they had to. So that's how it wraps up in game number 1. We'll have game number 2 coming up, and hopefully probably right around 5:50 or so. We'll try to get the lineups back up in here for you, get you set for game 2 between the Chieftains and the Eagles. We'll be back with more Chieftain softball, and you're home with the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Welcome back out here to the fairgrounds. Chieftains softball today presented in part by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Why pay for downloadable audio books when you can stream them for free with a Tonganoxie library card? Download the Libby app or visit the library's website to learn more. And also by Wizard of Paws, Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com. Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan here with you, about to get things started in game number 2 as we reset. Very brief game 1. Final score, Tonganoxie 19, Maranatha Academy nothing. Only 2.5 innings in the books as the 15 after 3 run spread was put into effect. It was Aubrey Prickett that got the start and the win in the circle for the Lady Chieftains. Faced 10 batters. She struck out 8 of them, 8 in a row to end that game, as she was strong, looked very, very good. And we'll see who gets to start here for the Chieftains in game 2. The offense, after, only one, you could call a power hit, if you will, one that got out into the outfield, just one out of the 3 total they had as a team. A couple of bunt singles were sprinkled in there, too. A handful of wild pitches, pass balls, and errors is a big reason why the Chieftains were able to put 19 into the scoring column. 16 of those coming in the bottom of the second, too. It ended the first only being 3-0 after having 9 batters come to the plate, but they handled it in the bottom of the second, wrapped the game up early. Going to look to do the same here in game number 2, as right now 3 games into the season, a 3-0 start, and the Chieftains have outscored their opponents, Denny, a total of 49-0 so far this year.
That's pretty awesome, partner. Doesn't get much better than that.
2 wins last week, 15-0 in both of them against the Turner Varsity Golden Bears, and so far 1 game in, about to start game 2, and a 19-0 win against Maranatha Christian Academy. So we'll see the Eagles. They bring a little bit more fight with them here in game 2, or will it go like it did in game 1, and Tonganoxie just doesn't really give them a chance? We'll wait and see.
I would think that Coach would let the freshmen have a little bit more, a few more at-bats.
Well, everybody that was able to play in that first game, they played. We have the 13, 14 players on the varsity roster. Every single one of them got in. Every single one of them was able to get in at bat. In fact, one of those being for Reichman. Harley Reichman, had a hit out into center field. Should have been caught. Should have been a routine fly ball, but instead it was falls down. It was a 1-run single for her. One of, again, those, I think that was the lone and only, or one of 2 RBI hits that got out into the outfield grass. All the rest were either by the bunt or, like I mentioned, Maranatha just shooting themselves in the foot with errors or just mistakes, really. Overall, it was not a pretty game for the Eagles. But good news for Maranatha is that you can really only go up from here. Meanwhile, for Tongi, feeling pretty good after playing 19 in the first game. You just probably want to try to come out and do the same and get this game over with as quick as you possibly can. It's still
some weather coming in tonight, so hopefully they'll get it in before that.
Definitely. I think we should be safe from that. Temperature today got up into the 80s. It's now almost pure cloud cover out here. Still some splashes of sun peeking through the clouds, but overall, with the breeze blowing in, it is a slightly more chilly day than it was when we got started.
Yeah, it's 72 degrees, but that wind's making it feel a little cooler. Very comfortable. See who we have on the mound here. Oh, man, they got good velocity, whoever it is.
So I'm trying to pull up the game changer. It's not wanting to go yet, so I guess we'll see how long this wants to keep on going like this. Just on the eye test, it kind of looks like Caitlin Weehee. Again, white numbers on the back of white jerseys. Yeah, it's not always the easiest.
It's not easy on these old eyes.
No, it's not easy on the young guys either.
Here we go. We're getting ready for the first pitch.
If it's 18, it's the freshman Solari Garcia. The first pitch is on the way, and it's in for a called strike at the knees.
I'd like to know. I wonder if that's who Aubrey Bratton Vulcans is actually here to scout.
Maybe.
Man, she's got some good velo.
One, and the throw to first is not going to be held in the glove of the first baseman. An eruption of cheers from the dugout of Maranatha. Leadoff single.
A little dribbler out in front of the plate.
That was Dodd to lead off. It is Garcia. Finally, things are pulling up. Garcia is pitching. Reichman is catching. Kalia Baldock was over at first. Couldn't quite get that throw. Squeezed in the mitt from Reichman. So Garcia delivers the next pitch. Plenty of velo on that pitch as it's in for a called strike. Crane put off in Carlton in left field, center field, and right field. Your infield from left to right. Weehee at third. Mazlak at short. Halsa at second. Kalia Baldock at first.
Damn.
Like I mentioned, Garcia and Reichman will have the tandem of pitcher and catcher here in Game 2. This is Thornton up to the dish. Was the pitcher in Game 1. Only recorded 1 inning. Had upwards of about 50, 60 pitches, and she's down on strikes, 1 gone.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
There you go. Garcia wasting very little time. Already 1 gone here in the top of the first in Game 2. Garcia sets and delivers another pitch that's
strike.
You got to give this umpire
give him
an extra
a minute.
Second. It might actually be closer to a minute. That'll be fouled up. That's going to get out and out of play quickly. 0-2 ahead on Abbott is Garcia, the pitcher. You know, just a few years ago, we were doing Chieftains softball. Santi Garcia, who was the catcher, and wonder if any relation there with Santi Garcia and Solana Garcia.
One a pitcher and one a catcher. This pitcher looks pretty good so far. Yeah, she's...
There's not an official place to go to look at like the stats or anything like that quite yet. I know softball season and baseball season both are just kind of getting into the full swing of things. This is the first quote-unquote official first week. As this is grounded over to third. Throw across the diamond is a little bit high. Weehee over-delivers to Kalia Baldock. Going into third is going to be Dodd, and safe at first is going to be Abbott. And now it's the Chieftains that aren't doing themselves any favor. And for the first time this afternoon, Maranatha has a runner in scoring position.
Just their second and third runners today.
It's going to go as an E5 in the books, and pressure on for Garcia with runners on the corners and 1 out. And she starts with the first pitch strike to Herder. It's a way for the freshman to turn around and show that she's not rattled. Now it blows it by her, swing and miss, strike 2, and going ahead and taking second is going to be Abbott as no one quickly went over to the bag to cover. Mazlak nor did Halsa. I think Reichman wanted to try to take a throw, but just held on to it instead, because if she did, that would be coming into center field. There'd be a run or 2 in for Maranatha, and there would be one very unhappy Coach Loomis. So now 2 in scoring position. Next pitch is swung on. That's going to be back up the middle, and that's going to get out into center field. Put off there to throw to the plate. It's going to be in time. Got her. Kylie put off on a rope to Reichman at the plate to get 1 runner down. They do get 1 in to score. And believe it or not, after the way that first game went, it's almost hard to fathom. Maranatha has a 1-0 lead. Dodd comes in to score. It's a 1-run single for Herder now at first base. Abbott tried to make it 2-0, and she got cut down at home plate. Terrific throw from Putoff in center field, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I mean, she put it on the money.
And again, this is no slight, no disrespect meant to Maranatha. It's just, they showed very little resistance at the plate there in Game 1. They had 1 hit in their second at-bat. After that, it was 8 straight retired via the strikeout, and already putting the ball in play, putting contact on the ball, letting the chips fall where they may, and it's worked out. They've had an error, the E5 on Kaylin Weehee, put runners on the corners, and then a stolen base, and now a hit that gets the strikeout. So we'll go to the bottom of the first. Chieftains behind 1-0. Looking to answer when we return.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
It's 1-0 Maranatha Academy as we open the book here in the bottom of the first here in Game 2. It's presented in part by Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Whether you want to take classes in high school or after graduation, KCKCC is in your backyard. Check out how college can help you today at kckcc.edu. Where things are looking right now from the Varsity Sports Live standpoint of things, Kansas City, Kansas Community College could be coming to join Johnson County and Fort Scott Community Colleges as one of our new channels that we have here. Home of the Blue Devils. Could be a lot of fun. You and I were just there a couple of weeks ago. The NJCAA Division II Region 6 men's and women's basketball tournaments you and I got to cover. Johnson County got to win it on the women's side. Fort Scott got to win it on the men's side. They
sure did.
Previously undefeated the men's Johnson County squad, and everyone got into the national championship tournament. Nobody able to win one, so no national championships in the winter sports season for any of the KJCCC teams. It's 1-0 Tonganoxie to open the book here in the bottom of the first, and it was Maslack that lead it off in the last game. Waiting for this to update and see. Looks like it's her back out there, and it's Dodd that's back in the circle for Maranatha to come on in relief in game 1. Take over for Thornton, and first pitch is
a little bit high
and upstairs. It is Maslack leading off once more for Tonganoxie. And we get the lineups via the Game Changer app. That it's not like a video live stream as Maslack pulls, and that's going to get by on the left side of the infield and on the left, and a leadoff single for Emerson Maslack, and she's going to stretch that at least going up into second base. It'll go as a single and advance up to second base on, I guess the throw is what you can call it there. But
yeah, that's a misplayed ball.
These Chieftain base runners, they were very aggressive in game 1. Expected to be the same here in game 2. And just like that, Maslack, the throw to third is not in time, easily sliding in. Skelton couldn't quite squeeze that in the glove. Tried to throw to third to hurt her, but Maslack, pretty good speed, is in plenty of time. Fans continuing to pour in here at Leavenworth County Fairgrounds. Always that time of year either to watch the softball game here. There's not a baseball game going on. It's just softball here. Baseball does have practice, but
yeah.
Could also have the case where maybe some kids in Little League or travel teams might be getting back to having some practices after school. As another pass ball, and coming in to score is Maslack, and didn't take long for the Chieftains to tie this one up. So it's Maslack that comes in to score. It's a wild pitch for Dodd. Next pitch to put off as she skies it in the air, drifting back. It's a little bloop that just gets out on the edge of the grass.
Texas Ligger.
A Texas lead single indeed for Kylie Putoff, who's now on at first base. Go ahead run on the base pass here for the Chieftains in game 2. Too far for Barth nor Owens, and right to catch up to. Now another one that's put out, and that's going to get out into left. Another one that's hit in the direction of Weiss. Doesn't really stop. Now the throw comes in. It gets away. Everyone's going to stay put here for Tonganoxie. That's Farrah Halstead pulls in the second.
Good hit there by Farrah. She just pulled it right in the hole between third and short.
Putoff moves up to third, and she was being held there, was not given the green light to come down the line to try to score. So now 2 in scoring position to take the lead for Tonganoxie. It's Kaylin Weehee. It's at the dish. You would think the way that just the amount of unhittable pitches that this batting order has seen for Tonganoxie, you got to imagine they're just hoping and praying that just give me one meatball down the middle, just something that I can try to square up, something I can try to put out to the power alley or potentially out to the over the fence. Probably looking right at us, and it's like, just let me put one right on their table, right here.
That'd be a poke.
Over the burn. That would be a big poke from here. I'm not sure what the fences are here at the softball field. Maybe 200 feet. That one's roped, and another hit to the outfield and bobbled in center by Buchan, and coming in to score, Putoff and Halsa up to second will come Kaylin Weehee. Did not miss on that last pitch to Kaylin Weehee. So at least here with Dodd, they're getting pitches that they can finally hit.
Yeah, at least swing at.
Yeah. One skips in, ball one. He retreats back to second. Ellie Reichman starting here in game 2 after sitting in game 1, had the 1-run single. And no surprise for Coach Loomis, starting to get more of those kind of underclassmen. Wouldn't even surprise me if there's any JV players that happen to be suited up in that dugout. I think everyone that is suited up played in game 1.
Sure looked like it.
We'll see here in game 2. It's 3-1 Tonganoxie, 1-0 count, now 2-0 count. On the way to Dodd, it's now 3-0 to Reichman. It's a 4-pitch walk. Weehee still at second. Now Reichman will go on to first on a 4-pitch walk. They'll bring in the next batter for Tonganoxie. The innings already starting to look long here for Maranatha. They only gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the first back in game 1, and a lot of that was in part to an unassisted double play by the first baseman.
A well-hit ball, too.
It was hit by Charlie Crane, who's looming, I believe. This is Solana Garcia, the freshman, who's also pitching, had a strikeout to end the first inning and has a chance to put her stamp at the plate here. Leaves off that pitch, 2 balls, no strikes. It was one for the first baseman in game 1 for Maranatha. It was more of acting in self-defense than anything. It was Barth that just kind of put their glove and found its way into the mitt and went over to the bag, put the force on, and tough luck for Charlie Crane because it looked like the route was going to be on at that point for the Chieftains. They batted 9. Had 9 come to the plate in the first inning of game 1. Only had 3 come in to score. Of course, they made up with the 16 runs that came in the bottom of the second for the 19-0 win. And now Garcia is going to reach with a walk. Again, the bases will be loaded. Weehee the third. Reichman moves up to second on a Solana Garcia walk. Now over at first base, and here's Kalia Baldock.
Like to see Kalia get one in her wheelhouse. With this wind blowing the way it is, she might get one out.
First pitch upstairs for ball 1. A little bit of a cross wind today, pushing out towards left field. There are foul poles here. They're not the most prominent foul poles, but there are foul poles here at the Tonganoxie Fairgrounds.
Yeah, I've never really understood why they call them foul poles because they're really fair poles. If you hit that pole, it's a home run.
It's a fair ball, yeah. It makes more sense for them to be called fair poles instead of foul poles. But the way it is.
Just one of those things that makes you scratch your head.
Yeah. There's a lot of handful of oddities and different stuff like that in across baseball and softball that just kind of makes you go,
It looked like one she could barrel up there, and she let it go by.
And a walk. Everybody moves up a bag, moves up a base. One more in the score for Tonga. It is 4-1. Not really breaking a sweat after being down 1-0 early. Coming into this bottom of the first for the Chieftains. Still nobody out. Here's Charlie Crane. Like I mentioned, she was looming.
She could get one fair in right field. Runners will be able to run for a while.
I'd be thinking the entire way, I'm just going to try to score. Maybe get an inside the park home run. I've already seen a lot of other quirky, weird things in this game. Why not? Let's just head an inside the park home run to it.
There you go.
Next pitch to Charlie. Bowls.
That'll work. Oh,
then it goes foul. Again, nobody out. Bottom of the first. From down 1 to up 3 are the Chieftains. Dodd's next pitch, that's eye level. 3 balls, 1 strike to Charlie Crane. There's ball 4. And there's run number 5 in this inning for Tonganoxie. 5 down, 11 more to go. A chance for the spread win again. First pitch swinging, and it's caught by the catcher, and Lila Carlton is 1 pitch, 1 out in that at bat.
Barely got above her head. Catcher was able to put her away.
For Maranatha, who's had some would be saying it graciously, a lot of bad luck in this game. It just unfortunate events and sequences. And so is Tonganoxie from the line drive hit that should have been a hit, was a double play instead of game 1, to just a little, a pop out to the catcher for a ball, as that one is going to be fair here for Emerson Maslak. 1 is in, 2 is in, and a 2-run double for Emerson Maslak. So she says to Lila, I got you, I'll pick you up, no worries. As the Chieftains go back to the top of the order, and they get 2 more in to score. It is 7-1 Tonganoxie. To wrap up that thought, I was going to say, how many pop-outs to the catcher do you see that maybe only go like 7 feet? This one's coming back to center. All over that as it's out to bucket in center. And that'll drive in another pair for Tonganoxie. This one courtesy of Kylie Putoff. 9-1 Chieftains with 1 gone in the bottom of the first. Relentless. Everybody's mashing the ball right now. This one from Hulsa. Too hot to handle in the hot corner. Now a run down as she goes out of the base pass. That's an out regardless. Putoff did everything she could, but like I said, eventually they're either going to get you on the tag or they're going to get you for out of the base pass, and that's exactly what happened. A ball still scalded by Farah. Over on the third base side for Herder, had a hard time handling it. So now you just got a runner on first here for the Chieftains. They still lead 9-1. That's Kylie. I guess Hulsa is now to the dish. That was put off. That hit that. So Hulsa to the dish. Takes the first pitch for a ball. That one stays out of the zone as well. 2-0 from Dodd to. Okay, I thought I wasn't Wasn't crazy. This is Weehee to the plate now. I thought I saw Halsa as the batter. That last at bat just took a minute. Get things updated. Two balls, no strikes to Weehee. Now 3 balls, no strikes. There's the walk. Got to get everything all caught up here. A little out of sorts. 2 on, 1 out, or 2 out. Tonganoxie 9-1, the lead over Maranatha. Halsa up to second. Weehee up first. Here's Reichman to step in. Chieftains have batted around once again. Have done that in 2 of the 3 possible hitting innings that they've had. Just this afternoon, they had 2 chances in game 1 and still here in the first in game 2. 1-0 pitch upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Haley Reichman hasn't recorded an official at bat in this game yet. It's pulled out into the gap, and that's going to get by the outfielders. And a chance for everybody to run. Coming around, looking for 3 is Reichman, as she's in standing up with an RBI attached to it.
Oh, she gapped that one really well.
She did. It is ones all across the board. 11-1, Tonganoxie, a 2-run, 2-out double for Reichman. Her 3rd RBI this afternoon. Guess getting closer, we can start saying this evening. And now a hit-by pitch to Solana Garcia. Very brief appearance for Garcia. Now up to first. They're on the corners for the Chieftains, and in comes the next batter. It will be Kalia Baldock. First pitch for a ball. Chieftains could very well, as that one will get by. Could very well just come and try to play all their mercy rule runs here in the bottom of the first. Again, we will play the full second and then take it to the top of the third. That's at least the bare minimum that we'll get here in game 2. Taking a look at the near schedule for Tonganoxie. Back in action in a couple days. Thursday on the road at Spring Hill to take on the Broncos. That should be a very good game.
Bases are juiced again.
Will be the Frontier League opener for the Lady Chieftains, taking on the 5A Broncos, who made an appearance in the 5A state championship game last year as they lost to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Should be a little more competitive game.
I would say so. It's one thing to have these games. You know, I gave you the stat where, I mean, it's now the Chieftains in 4 games have outscored opponents 60-0 where things stand right now.
Yeah.
Between 2 games last week against Turner, the 2 games here against Maranatha, you know, it's one thing to kind of knock the rust off, I guess, get your confidence up, get your live at-bats, get some pitches in for your pitchers, but then you go roll into a game against Spring Hill, and a team that's much more formidable. They're going to be a lot better, much better competition. Then how are you going to look and respond in that contest?
You better bring your A game.
No doubt. So roller right in front of the pitcher. She throws to home and
safe.
Yes. And the Eagles just cannot get out of this bottom of the first. Only 2 outs. Line will continue to move here for Tonganoxie. Hard cut and a swing and a miss. Crane that reached on the last play on the fielder's choice. Garcia up to third. Baldock now at second. Crane at first. This is Lila Carlton, who has a chance for some redemption after having probably the most low-altitude pop fly to a catcher you will ever see. I mean, a ball that...
Now she's back up there this half inning.
A ball that probably didn't even go as tall as me, and I'm 6'3" on a good day.
Yeah.
And the arc on that pitch just about went as high as the pop-out did. Right back to the catcher. Skelton was there, and it was a short stay for Lila as Maslak at the top of the order awaits on deck. Now 2 balls, 2 strike count. Wind howling here for a moment. Of course, no stranger to us here on Talking Sports Live. The spring sports season always usually have some wind that follows us everywhere we go.
Some days worse than others.
Carlton holds off on that. We'll go full at 3-2. 2 gone, bases loaded. Next pitch. And that's ball 4. How many can the Chieftains get in to score? I think that's the question everybody wants to know right now.
How many we got?
13.
13. What happened there?
I don't know. Huh. Either somebody must have went early.
Must have left.
That's the only thing I can think of. But
which makes no sense because bases were loaded.
Bottom of the first comes to an end. Bases loaded and stranded for the Chieftains. They lead 13-1 as we head to the second inning.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Back here to the top of the second, 13-1. Chieftains lead here in game number 2. Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan here. Spring sports in full swing, if you will, right on cue, as that's put into play and playable for the center fielder.
Nicely done.
Bringing it in, Kylie Putoff for out number 1.
And Maslak did exactly the proper thing. On a play like that, the infielder goes out until you're called off by the outfielder, which Putoff called, and you saw Maslak peel off. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Garcia opens Weiss with a swing and miss strike. Garcia got a strikeout in the third batter she faced in the first inning. It has the pop out to center, and now 2 straight swing and misses by Weiss, and Garcia's ahead 0-2.
I don't know what her velocity is, but man, it looks fast.
It is fast.
Yeah, I was watching the Texas and Texas A&M girls softball game over the weekend on Sunday, and they had the radar gun on the Texas pitcher. She had a high of 78 miles per hour. That's over 100 miles an hour. in baseball
when you
jargon.
translate that to baseball, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
As Garcia gets her second strikeout, now 2 gone in the inning. It's amazing to see how fast they can throw those pitches. And we're so trained, if you're really heavy into watching baseball, you see a pitch that's registered at 78 miles per hour, I don't think you're going to quite think of it as you should. You almost kind of brush it off of like, that's a good speed pitch, but whatever. But you got to remember the mount, the circle is closer to the plate.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have much reaction time.
The different movements that you could put on a softball to a baseball, just all in the arm mechanics and the motion. And Garcia strikes out the side. Very quick top of the second, led to the bottom. Chieftains 13, Eagles 1. When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
(13-1), a commanding lead for the Chieftains, and you got to imagine you get 3 more in, take it 16-1 at least, and you can send it to the top of the third and put Maranatha down to their final 3 outs. And it's crazy to think that when it's all said and done here, we can only play a total of 5 innings.
Yeah, I know, partner. That's kind of strange. This will be a first.
This would be a first. 2
Absolutely.
spread win. We've seen it where there's been spreads in one game and then the next. Not the case. I mean, I do remember it was either our first or second year. I think we were playing like Jeff West, some team like that, where I think we dropped the first game when we shouldn't have, and then we came out the second game and we just routed. That was a 15-0 win or 15+0 win. But to have 2 straight, just go 2.5 innings, that would be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Again, Chieftains could use it on the short rest, back in action on Thursday, and the first action on the road this season, on the road at 5A Spring Hill. So they're not going to argue against kind of having a shorter day today. Keep those legs fresh, arms fresh, going in to take on the Broncos down at the Shack at Spring Hill High School.
That's a nice complex down there.
It is a nice complex. There was one point they were trying to get internet installed down there. If that was the case, probably you and I going to cover that game, but not the case. It's a 4-pitch walk. Carson Platt's on to first base. Now, I'm not saying, for the viewers watching at home still, might be saying, are you telling me there's internet out here at the fairground? Well, no, there isn't. But the setup here is, there's not like a berm area out here, or out at Spring Hill. There is here. But you have the resources, as Platt will move up to second base, get in time before the throw. We have the generator. We have the resources to make our own power out here. We have a hot spot that thankfully works very, very well out here. Shout out to Verizon cell towers.
Must be one close by.
It must be, because our speeds out here have been really, really good, and I hope it's translated nicely for you folks watching along at home. And we like setting it up out here because we have our big table, we have cameras, and definitely the bleacher seating at both softball and baseball here, as this is skied up and able to bring it in the second baseman, Barth, for 1 out. She sends Putoff back to the dugout. But we know the seating is fairly limited. People come out with their lawn chairs and like to watch the games. And usually if we're there, we take up a good space. And we don't necessarily want to do that. And you want to talk about the group of parents that are the most, I guess, superstitious or the more this is where I sit. It's baseball and softball parents.
Oh, there's no question about it.
I'm not.
Baseball and softball players, too.
And absolutely. And I 100% get it. I do not blame you one single bit. So that's why we're out here. And plus, I would like to go and say, as far as any high school sports stream you'll see here in the state of Kansas, how many of them are giving you kind of the view from center field, like the batters, over the batter's eye, like you would see in an MLB broadcast or a college baseball or softball broadcast? I'd say none, if any. So helps make us stand out, if you will.
It's a good view.
It is a good view. Down on the ground, over to first, and they're going to say she's out.
Say she's safe.
Say she's safe, okay. So again, not a very emphatic response from the umpire on the far side. I think they had that as Halsa, but I think she was being pinch hit for there. This looks like Jeffrey. Let's back up. So now whoever was running the team game changer in game one was doing an excellent job of keeping up with the pinch hitters and all of that. Now they update Jeffrey in. I don't believe that's Halsa down at first base. Now she's going to cruise on up to second. If it is Halsa, again, numbers incredibly hard to read with the white on white. As Jeffrey grounds it, booted by Abbott at short, and we'll just go ahead and give it back to the pitcher. Another run is in for the Chieftains. Hard scalded by Jeffrey. It's 14-1 Tonganoxie.
Yeah, kudos for Jeffrey's just getting a mid on it.
So Platt is in to score. Halsa moves up to third. Jeffrey now at first on the one-run single. So to finish that thought, we've gotten to the point in the game where if that was Halsa in that at bat, not the last, but the time before Jeffrey, she was batting left-handed as a right-handed hitter. Now this one pulled, and that'll be a foul ball.
This is the kind of game, if you want to try your switch hitting prowess, it'd be a good time to do it.
And for Halsa, pretty much in every at-bat, she's made solid contact at least once in every at-bat. Majority of them have been foul, but that last one wasn't the hardest hit worm burner ever, but still solid enough for not an everyday left-handed hitter. On the right side of the infield, just couldn't get the throw over in time. Able to beat out the throw as well. Just because, hey, why not? Just go for it. Now Jeffrey's going to take off for second, and without a throw, she'll go ahead and advance. So a hit here for Reichman, complete the 2 runs the Chieftains need to potentially wrap it up in the top of the third inning. And now the bases are going to be loaded. Reichman will make her way up to first, Halsa at third, Jeffrey at second. I don't think many would be very opposed here to a big grand slam. See if Solana Garcia could potentially deliver. Or just something played out to the field that give her runners a chance to run around, come in to score. And one of the rare times, potentially, where we can only play 5 total innings between 2 games and a doubleheader. Chieftains still need to get 2 runs in or out there with the bases loaded. Pitch to Garcia, and that's fouled. And we are going to see this softball team again in about a week's time. Hopefully weather is going to cooperate like it's been today. It's been absolutely gorgeous. We'll be back in a week here at home as they will take on the Bishop Ward Cyclones. And very close to having a run walked in. Would imagine as that Spring Hill game this Thursday is going to be more competitive, as should that Bishop Ward game in a week's time. As everybody will move up. Pitch gets by. Coming in to score is Halsa. Jeffrey to third. Reichman down to second. And it's a full count at the plate. It's 15-1 Chieftains. And that'll go foul. Thornton thought she might have had a chance to bring it in, but didn't quite move the feet fast enough. It lands in foul ground. Helps relay it in back to the pitcher, Dodd. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Solana Garcia, 2 ducks on the pond. Next pitch from Dodd, she pulls, and that is going to be a liner into left field, but it's going to be fouled.
Well, they got out there in a hurry, too.
Chieftains have been very pull happy today, and it's hard to blame them with
they're not
these
seeing
pitches.
Yeah, they're used to seeing a lot more velocity than they're seeing today from pitchers.
These are practically the equivalent for the trained eyes of these Chieftain hitters of like an ephus pitch you could see in baseball.
Yeah.
Yes, you could still see it in softball. As Solano Garcia draws the walk, and the bases will be loaded again. That's in for a called strike.
Haven't seen many of those today from the Maranatha pitchers.
I'm not. Lights starting to come on here at the fields at the fairgrounds. One gets by the catcher. Everyone's going to stay put. You mentioned Denny. Does look like some weather going to be rolling in a little bit later on this evening.
Yeah,
some
that's what they're
potential
calling.
Scattered showers.
And then the rest of this week looks like it's going to be pretty rainy.
Yeah,
what I saw, if the news got it right, I don't know.
It looks like that rain tonight's not going to be coming in, according to the Weather Channel app, not till about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight. So if we're still here at that point, we're still here at the bottom of the second. That's right. Here's a called strike 2. And 1 out in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded. Chieftains still need 1 more run to put the spread rule in effect. We'll see if the Chieftains can get there or not. Get 1 more look. What we got coming up here in the near future on Tonganoxie Sports Live for the spring sports schedule. Again, softball in a week's time. Back here at home, taking on Bishop Ward. We'll have girls soccer a couple of weeks after that. April 21st against Spring Hill. That same week, our baseball opener at home against Kansas City Turner. And then April 30th, more girls soccer against Bonner Springs High School. A couple of those soccer games and matches could get flexed out. The Tonganoxie Soccer Channel, they do a tremendous job of live streaming all soccer events for both boys and girls, home and away, as this will be swung on and fouled away. So we may just go ahead and let Tonganoxie Soccer YouTube continue to bring you the live streams for the girls' soccer matches, if they're going to continue to do that. And we might go ahead and bring you more coverage here of Chieftain baseball and softball. We'll see as this has popped up. In play, colliding with one another. But able to hold on and bring it in. That's Thornton that collided with the pitcher, Dodd. Don't see that every day. Take another look. It's popped up for Baldock, and yeah, Thornton caught it, collided with Dodd. They both hit the deck, and thankfully for both of them, everyone's okay. So I guess no harm, no foul, but that is the second out. And Chieftains still need to get that runner in from third to hold the spread going into the top of the third. Goes to Charlie Crane, who's at the plate right now. At least that's, unless if she's batting left-handed now, or if that's a pinch hitter, and it is, looks like O'Hare. And O'Hare takes low and away as that skips. Jeffries at third. Thought about coming down the line, but will stay put at third base instead. Reichman at second. Garcia over at first. Garcia had a good at-bat a few moments ago where she had it to a full count and was able to foul off a couple of pitches and eventually was able to draw the walk. Last pop-up, Thornton brings it in, colliding with Dodd. Holds on nonetheless, and now a swing and a miss here for O'Hare. Again, everybody in that dugout, everybody on this varsity roster for Tonganoxie has played today. That's put back up the middle, and that run and will come in to score and then some. Jeffrey is in. And it looks like Reichman comes in as well, pulling into second. O'Hare, the 2-run double for her. Garcia is over to third. It's 17-1 Tonganoxie. So now you can take a deep breath. The spread will be in effect. Going into the top of the third, and given the way this game has gone for Maranatha, that means that they'll be down to their last 3 outs, and this game is going to be over very quickly, just like game 1 was. First game only took about 56 minutes.
That's fast.
To get done. It is fast. Just now at 6:31 p.m. here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. Much as I love the fairgrounds out here, it's been the site for not just high school baseball and softball, but of course the Little League baseball and softball for as long as any of us can remember. But I wonder when the time will come with all the, just a few years ago we saw the new athletic wing get built at the high school. Football has gotten a new turf field and whatnot for both football and soccer. There's that open field over by what it was the old West Campus.
Yeah.
I wonder when and if ever it'll ever come up where the high school might say, you know what, we want our baseball and our softball teams on campus too, so let's just build them fields out there.
Yeah, because the soccer complex is just across the street from the high school.
Get new turf fields, right? See, there is the old, what used to be like the old soccer field or practice field, as that's pulled, and that's going to go into the power alley. So it keeps going. That's Carson Platt. She pulls in with a 2-run double.
Carson's not very big, and I'm telling you what, she put a rope on that thing.
Yes, she did. So Platt brings Garcia and O'Hare in to score. Lila's over at third base. Carson is at second.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and say, let's
just take it on to the third.
Take it on to the third, yeah.
Chieftains won the first game 19-0. They lead going into the top of the third 19-1 against Maranatha. We'll see if Garcia can get another 3-up, 3-down inning to put this game and doubleheader in the books. We'll find out when we return. You're watching Chieftains Softball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
And the home stretch for a doubleheader here is brought to you by Grounded Coffee House, serving great coffee with an even greater cause. Follow them on Facebook and check out their website, Grounded Coffee House, Tonganoxie.org, to help learn how you can help make a difference and to support. Dylan Funk, Dennis Dredden, Solana Garcia looking to wrap up here in game 2. She starts with yet another first pitch strike. 19-0 was the game. Was the final score in game 1. A win for the Chieftains. 19-1 is where things set here in game 2. Looking to
strike 2.
Wrap it up. Chieftains back at it. 48 hours off. They'll be on the road for the league opener against the Spring Hill Broncos. And this is going to be a liner back up the middle and out into center.
Nice effort by Maslak there, short.
Full extension, trying to bring it in, but it gets Byer. Did have some shuffling out there now for the Chieftains. You now got O'Hare out in left. Putoff is still in center. Lila Carlton in right field. Jeffrey takes over at third. That's Carson Platt that made the diving stop, attempted diving stop at short.
Carson at short. Okay.
Farrell Halso's at second. Kalia Baldock still at first. And still pitching and catching is Garcia and Reichman. So just some shuffling there. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Wow. As Garcia fires yet another first pitch strike.
She's been on point.
And remember, folks, the thud of the mitt that you're hearing, it's not like we're right behind home plate. Our microphone, our crowd mic is up here with us in the outfield.
And, you know, keep in mind that we see an awful lot of college pitching. And she's throwing every bit as hard as those girls.
And the scary part, Denny, or at least good news for Tongi, she's only a freshman.
Oh, my goodness.
Throw to first, diving back, going to be safe.
Well, she's going to play at the next level. I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's going to have the opportunity.
I'd say so. We know there's one JUCO coach here, the Johnson County Cavaliers, Aubrey Bratton Vulcans.
If I was coach Bratton Vulcans, I'd get her signed up now.
Home plate umpire coming over to the Tonganoxie dugout, getting his scorebook out as to.
Must be another pinch hitter or something.
Not exactly sure.
I don't know what's going on.
That looks like home plate and field umpire going to get together. Again, that last play was the throw over to first, a potential pickoff attempt, or at least it looked like there was a strikeout at the plate, and then tried to get her out over at first base. And I think they called her safe. I guess if they were wanting to talk about it a little more, see if one saw something different, or
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Meanwhile, this gives the Chieftains a chance as their infield huddles up. Talking with Garcia. Outfielders getting together as well, as you usually should during a brief stoppage like that. So that runner's still at first for Maranatha. There should be one out. Home plate umpire is still over at the Tonganoxie dugout, still talking inside. Now, I'm not 100% sure who exactly he is talking to. I mean, there's Coach Loomis is right there, of course, but I mean, she's kind of doesn't look engaged with the umpire at least. So I think she's just kind of ready to let things go as they go. Now he's going to dust off home plate.
Garcia in the circle waiting for her next victim.
Pretty much. She's been dealing. There's number 18. And the new uniforms, they look slick. I just wish the numbers were red. Another first pitch strike.
They're so far behind that fastball, it's just unreal.
Yeah. And of course, it's always one of those, as we do more and more games, we'll get more and more familiar with the positions. Now they can have a chance at first, but again, she's back safely. We'll get familiar with who plays what positions, but usually you can always tell by maybe somebody that wears a specific armband, or usually for softball, it's who has a specific braid or a ponytail or something like that can help kind of get things away. But this is a high fly ball out to right. Lila Carlton is there to bring it in.
Well played by Lila. She did that like you're supposed to. You go back, set up, and come in to catch the ball. Nicely done. Was that the first out or 2 outs?
That's out number 2. And another first pitch strike. This is Herder. Back up to the plate.
Maranatha down to their last 2 strikes.
Not sure if and when the next time we'll see Tonganoxie and Maranatha softball.
Now they're down to their last
tangling up with one another, but given the events of today,
probably not soon.
I don't know. 38-1 is going to be the final
done.
scoring total. A put out. Also pitching it over to first in time, and the Chieftains take game 2, 19-1, and this doubleheader is over. Just 5 total innings played today. That's all she wrote in this one between Tonganoxie and Maranatha.
Not really a lot to wrap up here, partner.
No, not really. Player of the game. You got to give our County Road Brewing player of the game, and Solana Garcia, why not? County Road Brewing congratulates Solana on being named player of the game. Rooted in the community, brewed for the journey. See what's brewing today at County Road Brewing in Tonganoxie as we take you on over into our Brothers Market post-game show. You can check out the weekly ads and specials in-store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com. I mean, really, this is not really a whole lot you could say about a doubleheader like this.
No.
I mean, it was just a pure taken behind the woodshed, you know what, and that's what we expected. I mean, knowing the level of competition Maranatha is and
how good the Chieftains
Chieftains really are. I mean, this is a team that's expected to make a lot of noise in Class 4A this year, and they got their first test of the season coming up Thursday at Spring Hill, taking on the Broncos. I'll have to check if our colleagues over at Spring Hill Sports Live might be broadcasting that game. If that's the case, I'll be able to share that over with Josie and the rest of Tongi High School. Maybe I can pass that along to you guys because that would be a terrific game to try to go out and watch. But, you know, at the end of this day, for Tonganoxie, we knew they were the better team facing a lesser opponent. And when it's all said and done, 38-1 later in this doubleheader, Tonganoxie did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, Tongi took care of business. They did what they were supposed to do, and shout out to them for getting it done.
So that's going to pretty much do it in this one. I mean, all the way through starting pitching, dominant. You had Prickett getting the win in game 1. She finished the game striking out 8 straight, and then Garcia bringing the heat, bringing the velocity here in game 2. Gets a nice ground out. The put out 4-3 to end it here in game 2. 19-1, Chieftains take game 2 after taking game 1 by a score of 19-0. Alongside Dennis Stern, the rest of our entire outstanding crew here at Tonganoxie Sports Live, signing off from the fairgrounds. We're going to be back in a week's time. One final look at what we got coming up here on Tongi Sports Live. Softball next week against Bishop Ward, and then a couple weeks off, and we'll have more broadcasts coming down the line for you between girls soccer and baseball coming up a little bit later on in April. But that's going to do it for us here tonight alongside Dennis Drennan and Dylan Funk saying so long. We'll see you next time here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Take care, everybody.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.